Random disclaimer.
And I'm back in this B. We have another episode of Duckman that I want to go over. And yes, surprise, surprise, I skipped over a few episodes. And we're going to be sitting at season 3, episode 11. Now, where's my face? I didn't have time to come on camera. My bad. I'm just going to be talking like I'm a cloud in the sky. Well, not a cloud in the sky. It's kind of wild. But anyway, hey, what's up? We're going to go over another hidden gem. I like Duckman. I hope you love Duckman. And if you want some more Duckman, please like, follow, not follow, what the fuck? Like, share, and subscribe. I forgot what platform I'm on. We're going to fly past the open credits because if you watch the other episodes on my channel, I believe I did like 3 or something, 3 or 4. Yeah, you see Duckman, thick as Bernice, Duckman's 3 sons, Grandmama, Fluffy, Uranus, and his best friend Cornfed, right? We see the church first, and everybody's in black. You already know what it is because I got the sad music going. Somebody's dead as fuck. R.I.P. And we meet the family sitting down. I believe Bernice, the sons, and where the fuck is Duckman? He's always missing, which is typical. Get it together. Duckman eventually makes it back to his seat. Finally. But wait a minute.
It's about time, you plume plowhead. Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, I'm with her though because bro's whole body is bricked up. Why? Bernice urges him to console the widow, which I think is a good idea, but because it's Duckman and I don't really trust his ass and he has shown very untrustworthy qualities, he's not going to be really good at this.
Nobody will ever forget your husband, Curly? Greasy? Bob?
Okay, Duckman, wrap it up. Get up and wrap it up. I'm about to talk to you like a black mom in a Baptist church. Get your ass up. Obviously, after watching that, he doesn't know the man like that. Or even cared, it sounds like. And I don't even know if he even think he existed. Bernice's strong ass swung on him and he hits the piano. Afterwards, she asked him to say something nice. Ma'am, you beat me in church like you're my mom. And you expect me to go up there and speak? Absolutely not. I feel like a flashback after getting my ass beat for doing something, dumb doing kids do. And your mom want to apologize to you by saying, you want something to eat. No, ma'am, you're not going to, you want something to eat me. Anyway, I would have whipped my ass home. I have went over about 4 or 5 Duckman episodes. And I realized since Duckman doesn't get respect and he gets hold every episode, he listens.
Oh, I know. Mrs. Liebner, your husband was an honorable man who always put his family first. Why, it was out of consideration for you that he concealed his rampant homosexuality. In fact...
Yeah, I don't know you're supposed to say that, Duckman, especially at a funeral in front of his wife. Like, damn, isn't his parents there too? See, Duckman is never a friend to anybody. He's a friend to himself.
He said he stopped caring about you 20 years before he even slept with a man.
Hey, wifey, look. Bernice got her licking for you. Don't need to cry. Hey, look. I know what will make you feel better. You got inheritance money, right? He left you some inheritance? No? Some coin? Okay, we're gonna move on. So, Duckman's oldest son said something that was so poetic, but kind of long.
Moment is profoundly sad as the passing of a life. A reflection on the gifts that life gave us is often the only refuge.
His son's speech was a hell of a lot better than his speech. Take my word for it. Finally, the man of the hour comes in. Duckman, get your friend. He's in shambles. I assume everybody's waiting on Cornfed because it seems like he's about to do a speech for this funeral, but something's a little off about him. Normally when you see Cornfed on screen, he's a little bit put together, he's savvy, he's a little bit more smarter than Duckman, he has a little bit more wits about him, he's a little bit street smart, but this ain't it. He looks like he's down to dubs, he's sweating, he's clammy. I don't know. I just don't know.
4 very large kidney stones.
Ooh, Cornfed starts his speech, but it doesn't go well.
Well, I'm sure if Harry could see how many of you came out on this solemn occasion, the first thing he'd say would be, honey, horn dog.
Cornfed, my guy. Yeah. What were you watching for you guy here? What were you watching? I need you to put the corn hub down.
But bongo ribbed and lubricated for that feel of real.
Do they even advertise for lube these days? Inquiring minds wants to know. Cornfed has another outburst, and I have a sinking feeling that he ain't done yet.
Loin king.
Damn, Cornfed, you wildin'. But anyway, he finishes his speech, thank goodness, and he tried to give the widow an apology and, and condolences as well, because, her husband got clapped and probably left him inheritance. She got no coins, she down the dumps, and yeah, this thing's turned into a disaster. But he can't control his mouth and his thoughts, matter of fact, and I hope he wasn't bricked up when he said this. Ugh, he down bad. But luckily Bernice saved the day and hosed his ass down with some water. See, for situations like this, people need spray. Spray can solve a lot of issues. Somebody go sell that. Dang, too many thirsty people up here freaked out. Anyway, Cornfed leaves and apologizes to the crowd. Duckman's youngest son said,
"He's in some kind of trouble, Dad. I'm sure he could use a friend to help him through whatever's wrong."
Sounded pretty reasonable.
Yeah, hope he runs into one.
See, and this is why people don't fuck with you, Duckman. The priest walks over. Why? Because he was eavesdropping. He hands Bernice a note, and this particular note, fell out of Cornfed's pocket. See, the paper had 3 things, and it said, pay the paper boy, pick up a gallon of milk, don't know what's up with that, he likes cereal probably, and it said, the third one says, die in 24 hours from congenital disease. Okay, I'm gonna break character for a second. Yeah, I had to practice that, okay? And I still think I fucked that up. We gonna keep on going. After Duckman heard these 3 facts, all this ninja heard was, Cornfed pays his paperboy. Shouldn't you pay anybody for any type of labor? See, that's why I don't fuck with you, Duckman. Thank Bernice, because she had to remind Duckman about bullet number 3.
It's going to die!
And you know what motivated Duckman to help? This man is so sorry.
That would mean another funeral and more eulogies and spending another weekend afternoon with our neighbors.
Just a funeral in general. Not because it's going to be possibly Cornfed's funeral, but just a funeral in general. Duckman tried to search for Cornfed, right? And his ass got sidetracked and went to locations that he frequented. See, and that's why you don't have a lot of clients, Duckman. Damn. But he randomly thinks about Cornfed, and surprise, that changed his mind again. And he goes to a place where he thought men could go to find peace. I believe it's a political hall or something, which I find kind of funny. That's actually hilarious. We find Cornfed, and according to Cornfed, he has 15 hours left. Ooh, I don't know what I'll do if I had 15 hours left. What would y'all do if you had 15 hours left to live from some type of disease? I don't know. I have a few things of what I would do. I probably keep to myself, but yeah, I would probably go all the out. I ain't trying to put out of air, but let's just say, we're gonna move on, because people's gonna ask me questions about, well, I'm doing 15 hours, and I'm about to be like, that's personal. Then people will be like, you're not gonna tell me, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you. Then people will be like, that's suspicious, that's real weird, and that's, I'm gonna give you the side eye, and I'm like, are you gonna judge me? And they're gonna be like, yeah. Anyway, Duckman finally asked the magic question that we all have been waiting for, and Corny says that the best way to explain his condition and how he got here was to explain to the audience with a video. And I'm going to play this video. Oh my goodness, you're so lucky. You're a lucky winner.
1863. Vicksburg, Chattanooga, Gettysburg. Through the worst rebel fire, General Travis Dodd Cornfed leads the Union to victory at the Massapequa. I know that an unforgettable adventure awaits me there. But it is not to be. While welcoming Cornfed, the tribal elder says, "This is my only daughter. Isn't she beautiful?" But Cornfed speaks only a little Massapequan and translates it as, "I would consider it a great honor if you would make loud donkey sounds, then pretend to vomit at my feet."
Raged and fed him an odd Massapequan berry, which actually altered Cornfed's genetic structure. Witnesses said he became like a man possessed, crazed with lust. 24 hours later, he was dead.
Wait, I think I know that guy.
Shut up, nigga.
We in television medicine know very little about the medical impact of Massapequan berries.
For Willibald Fievel Cornfed, all males in the Cornfed family carry a genetic flaw corrected only by the release of various chemicals during the sex act. 24 hours to lose his virginity or die.
So do you feel educated about Cornfed? Because, okay, to make a long story short, he needs to lose that V card with that whistle. He needs to break some backs. I can go on about this, but you get the gist. Whew. So Cornfed tells Duckman it's more than just sex. That's why he never even dove into it. He loves all aspects of women, physically, mentally. I get it.
If it's sex you need, it's sex you shall have.
I'm flattered, but tradition says it has to be with a woman.
Cornfed, what the fuck you're on? Get it together. Get it together. Get your ass over here. Why was that the first thing? In order to save Corny and avoid Duckman from giving up his cheeks, they had to go look for women, and they started at the gym first.
Always start with the workout freaks, Corny.
What the fuck?
Care to chow down on my meat and 2 vegetables?
Yeah, that last line was the one, and I'm going to let y'all know, do not try that. Do not try that on home. I wish this whole episode had a disclaimer that don't try this, okay? Because that's gonna get you it's gonna get you put on TikTok. But anyway, now that I think about it, if I was approaching those lines, I'm calling security. Duckman watched Corny take the rejection from that girl on the treadmill. And you know what Duckman's analysis was? She's a lesbian. No one in a right mind would appreciate those lame ass pickup lines. So the next brilliant idea that Duckman has is to go to a a show where they're playing instruments. You gotta be quiet in that bitch. I disagree with this. But hey, Cornfed is desperate. He has the life on the line, literally. Before I show you the scene now, I need you to know, please do not go using these pickup lines on women, especially during a show, because look, we pay money to be there, to get in there, get a seat. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this shit, especially in this economy. I'm watching my fucking orchestra. Anyway, roll the clip.
If you let me bow your Stradivarius, I'll let you finger my oboe.
Duckman gets quote unquote desperate and takes Corny to a Star Trek convention because obviously the orchestra idea was ass. Duh. However, I'm going to disregard Duckman's comment about the convention.
We need women who never meet desirable men. That's why we're here.
If you haven't been to a gaming or anime convention, look, there's beautiful people there. You can find a freaky person there that is attractive too. You have to be confident. You have to have that riz, and that is it. Be confident. It's not that hard. Stop making it complicated. Damn. Anyway, I don't know what Duckman is on, but Cornfed is tired of getting rejected, right? Because Duckman's giving all types of wrong stuff. Side note, how did Duckman pull his ex-wife? He must have had a hell of a talking point, or he must have had a lot of money, or he had a little slugger, but I don't know how he pulled her because all this advice, all this stuff is lame. It's just lame, and his thought process and his judgments on things is off. I don't know how he's a detective, but hey, that's why the show's called Duckman, right?
My name's Cornfed. I was wondering if you might like to join me for a cup of coffee.
I'd love to.
This was short-lived because Duckman's thirsty ass ruined it, like a lot of things, but...
Let's say we unplug our devices, you check out my captain's log, and I'll make sure your photon torpedoes are fully armed.
Nah, that's not it. You don't know how to talk to women. And at this point, it spent 14 hours and 30 minutes trying to pull something, and he got nothing. That means Cornfed has 30 minutes left. But hey, the guys hung it out and cry. I probably would have done the same thing too. What did you? Or you probably thug it out to the very, very end. Bernice heard all this commotion. As she tried to check in on him, she finds out how much time he got left. I don't know why y'all didn't ask her first in the first place. I don't know. She thick, she's attractive, but whatever. But she gave Cornfed a look, and I know that look. That look is let's Netflix and chill. And of course, Cornfed, he gets the memo, and he ain't gonna reject his offer. He only got 30 minutes. But I'm concerned because he's bruised and battered and probably bricked up. I don't know how his performance is going to be, but...
I've beaten and I've flayed you, like sands through the hourglass. So were the days of your life.
Duckman, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to be nosy. Damn.
Oh, Cornfed.
And Mr. Cornfed... Mr. Cornfed, I apologize. I didn't know. Look, I didn't even know. He had it in him. Fast forward. That punani must have been very good because Cornfed is inspired now. So inspired, in fact, that he made Bernice a statue. No man has ever made me a statue, so I need to set my game up. So Duckman is upset that Cornfed chose Bernice to lose his virginity to. Duckman, that's not the point. The point is to save his life. Do you want to be you instead, or like what? Let me know what's up. But Cornfed, we find out later on that Cornfed is considering changing his name to Cornice. And I'm feeling it. Surprisingly, Bernice comes in with a bag of Duckman smell. And I sat there like, girl, you could have waited till Duckman got home. But I know you want to see Corny and that corn dog again. Okay, I know the game. We found out it's been less than 24 hours since they smashed. Dang, Bernice, what you do to him? Play hopscotch on him? What the fuck? She said that she hopes that she didn't confuse Cornfed and she wanted to, save him. That's why she did it. And she wants them to remain friends, which kind of devastated him because Cornfed said he wants to marry her. My boy down bad. That punani must have been amazing. But of course, then again, it was his first one. But she shuts him down. Cornfed didn't really take that well, and I feel bad for the guy. So Bernice and Duckman tries to find him because he dipped off. And eventually they did. And he's sitting off the side of a cliff. Ooh, you see how high that is, Cornfed? You want to do that? Okay. And he's thinking about jumping off. Duckman is tasked to go up there, and eventually he gets up there. He tries to talk to him, right?
I'm more than just your partner. I'm someone who owes you money. And instead of that money, I'm gonna give you some priceless advice. Don't throw your life away for that walking hefty bag.
You've insulted the woman I love.
Now, how did he start fighting? Ugh, Duckman's the worst. And Bernice eventually makes up there to the cliff to talk to Cornfed to try to get him to stop it. And Cornfed realized Bernice does not love him because, you know, they talk it out. Sorry. And surprisingly, in a last-ditch effort, I guess Duckman learned something. I guess he got inspired, I guess, with no punani. He says,
Corny, I've never really told you this before. I've never said this to anyone before, but I need you.
Damn. Bro, that's really nice.
Corny, you'll meet the right woman someday, and I know you'll make her very happy.
Yeah, he's gonna miss that. I understand, my guy.
You know, sexual issues are more complex today than ever before. That's why it's crucial for young people like yourself not to enter into any sexual relationship without first building a foundation of mutual love and respect. Remember, the most sensual parts of the body are the mind and the heart.
Damn, you know what? And you right too. I know Cornfed will probably listen to that, but Duckman, on the other hand, he's a lost cause and ain't gonna try to do that. Before I end this video, what was the lesson for this episode? One is to sling the meat responsibly. Don't be going out here slinging meat disrespectfully, okay? Keep it safe, wrap it up, like, please, please. If you can't make a perfect croissant, don't make a baby. If you know that comedy special, you know, hit me up in the comments, but don't do it. Be yourself when you talk to women. Don't be doing the most. Don't be, just let it naturally flow. An organic relationship will form if you're organic. Don't force it. Don't be desperate because you're going to make mistakes. If you're desperate, just get a magazine, just get some corn hub and go to town. Have fun, but don't do it too much because I don't want you desensitized, because that's the thing. Earlier, I forgot to mention, did you know Cornfed and Bernice and, you know, these characters are very aware that animals and humans do exist in the same universe? Which means if I was at that convention and a talking pig walked up to me with no pants on, ass out, at a Comic-Con convention trying to ask me out for some coffee, I'm not doing that either. Anyway, but never mind that. I'm not trying to go down a rabbit hole. That sounds kind of nightmarish, a talking pig. Oh, jeez. Oh, long video. Sorry about the rambling, but thank you so much for watching. Sorry that I do not have a face cam on. You see my lovely face later on in the future. Smiley face. I have a heart forming with my hands. Yes, thank you so much. I will find some more episodes to watch. I'm trying to go for the ones that I really, really like the best and do those first before I tackle other parts.